Are you looking to start a new venture? The internet provides no shortage of choices. 10 years ago, apps were hot. Then it was crypto. And then recently, NFTs. If you look for suggestions online, you'll be told the same basic things. Start a blog, become a virtual assistant, do remote IT work, set up an Etsy shop, become a consultant, whatever that means. Another word you've probably stumbled across? Dropshipping. The number of people who have Googled dropshipping has increased tenfold in the last 5 years. But what exactly is it? Is it a get-rich-quick scheme or a legitimate business model? Anytime a business concept grows that fast, people wind up with a lot of different ideas about what it means. Interest outpaces quality information about the subject. Put simply, dropshipping is when the business owner ships items directly from the manufacturer to their customers. But as you'll discover in this video, running a dropshipping business is more nuanced than the quick definition suggests. In this video, we talk about what dropshipping is and what it isn't. Then we'll untangle the mystery of how exactly you can deliver products to your customers without handling them yourself. I'm not here to tell you that dropshipping is a good idea or a bad one. Instead, our goal today is to help you understand the pros and cons so you can see if dropshipping makes sense for you. But first, a word about Fulfillrite. Shipping your own orders is a pain, and that's why a lot of people choose dropshipping as a business model. But dropshipping isn't the only way to avoid fulfilling your own orders. You can instead use a fulfillment center as the backbone of your shipping operation. Fulfillrite is the most trusted name in order fulfillment. Click the link in our description to request a quote today. Okay, back to dropshipping. At its core, dropshipping is nothing more than a supply chain management method. Someone who uses dropshipping as part of their business model holds no inventory. The customer orders products and the seller passes that information along to a manufacturer, or another retailer, or some other kind of third party. If that's tough to comprehend at first, consider the following example. I start a store selling different kinds of novelty t-shirts. Different t-shirts contain different slogans on them. Whenever someone orders a t-shirt, I pass that order directly to my manufacturer in China. They then either pull it out of their stock or manufacture the shirt on demand. The manufacturer then puts the shirt in a package and ships it directly to my customer. When running a business this way, my value add is not the creation of the shirt, nor is my value add in transporting the shirt from one place to another. I add value by creating a friendly and easy to use front end for a much larger global marketplace. Still seem like a weird idea? That's okay. The idea of dropshipping is at least conceptually attractive because of what it implies. You don't have to handle inventory, you don't have to deal with manufacturers, or even friendly fulfillment centers like ours. Your company is a middleman focused purely on providing a good customer experience. But let's get more specific than that. Here are 10 reasons why dropshipping can be a good idea. Number 1. Dropshipping businesses are easy to start. By their very nature, anyone can start a business using this model. You don't need inventory and you don't need a place to store it. There's no need to invent something totally new either. Theoretically, by the time you finish this video, like and subscribe, you can have a dropshipping business set up. The barriers to entry are very low. Number 2. The ease of starting makes dropshipping perfect for first-time entrepreneurs. When you have a business model that lends itself to starting quickly, first-time entrepreneurs will take notice. And they should. This is the perfect business model for someone who is looking to test the waters in the business world without taking on an enormous amount of risk. Number 3. The business model is extremely flexible. When you have a business model that can be set up in a week, it stands to reason that the same business model can be scrapped and reborn in a week. That is to say, with dropshipping, you're never forced into a corner. You can explore as many new markets and try as many new products as you want without a whole lot of overhead. Number 4. Dropshipping is good for validating a market without committing. Perhaps you want to own your own inventory at some point so you can make more profit. Fair enough. But wouldn't it be better if you could test on a small scale first? Dropshipping lets you do exactly that, and personally, I think this is an underrated benefit to the model. Number 5, starting a dropshipping business doesn't cost much. So you don't have inventory, and you don't have a lot of the overhead that comes with that either. That means all you really have to pay for is a website, probably some advertisements, and other than that, expenses are almost entirely incurred as cost of goods sold. That means that the costs come along with revenues, meaning that startup costs, capital needed, is minimal. You don't have to handle inventory. That means you don't have to find physical space to store goods or even use a fulfillment company like our own. You pass this responsibility directly onto the supplier of your goods. Number 7, dropshipping is a low-risk venture. Because of the low overhead costs, dropshipping is intrinsically low risk. You don't have to spend much money, and you don't have to enter into long-term commitments. It's one of the few business models that doesn't come with a lot of financial baggage. Number 8, dropshipping can easily be expanded to multiple products. The flexibility of this business model allows entrepreneurs to experiment with different product lines. That means dropshippers are often the first people to be able to capitalize on emerging trends. Number 9, it's easy to grow the business. Very few businesses can be run with only a few hours of active work per week. Dropshipping happens to be one of them. Once you have found suppliers for items, you can use technology to send order information to the suppliers to handle it on your behalf. Combine this with the fact that dropshipping stores are often promoted through advertising, growing the business could be as simple as increasing ad spend. No demand planning, no staffing needs. Number 10, it's easy to manage. Most of the responsibility will fall on your suppliers. All you would have to do is manage your website. You can focus more on drumming up traffic than actually fulfilling orders. Combine this with a lack of commitments, and you can see that management is actually really straightforward. We just spent about 5 minutes talking about why dropshipping makes sense as a business model. That would make it sound like a dream, but there's a lot of aspects that play out more like a nightmare. Here are 7 big ones. Number 1, dropshipping is extremely competitive. It doesn't take much money, much skill, or even a whole lot of work to set up a dropshipping business. For that reason, tons of people are getting into dropshipping. The amount of competition is enormous, and staying ahead is very difficult. Number 2, the margins are extremely slim. Imagine working with a business that has tons of competition and price-sensitive customers. As you can imagine, this leads to a race to the bottom in terms of prices. Now add on to this the fact that shipping is handled by your supplier, often from a foreign country. For this reason, the cost of goods sold per item is very high. And what do these truths mean for your dropshipping business? The margins will be extremely slim. Number 3, it can be difficult to process orders. When processing an order through a dropshipping store, you have to send the order information to a third party. If you're lucky, this can be done automatically through integrated systems. If you're not, it requires painfully strained conversations between two companies that often don't share a common language. Number 4, dropshipping gives you little control over your business. In exchange for an easy life, you give up control. Dropshippers don't make the product, they don't ship it, and they don't store it. That means if it's defective, late, or damaged, it can be very hard to figure out who's to blame. This lack of control can get very old very fast. Number 5, customer service is hard. Imagine a customer receives a defective or damaged item. Alternatively, imagine the customer receives an item late. Like we said, it's hard to know who to blame. Your company is the public face of the entire operation, meaning you have to provide answers, or you often don't have them. That makes customer service for dropshipping notoriously difficult. Number 6, building a brand is even harder. When you lack control over your supply chain, then you lack control over customer service. And when you lack control over customer service, you lack the ability to create a consistent customer experience, and that's necessary to building a brand. For that reason, dropshipping is typically not good for building a brand, which is crucial to long-term business success. Number 7, you can run into legal issues. Your suppliers might not have to follow the same rules that you do. What happens if you dropship something from a developing country that injures a customer? This is an extreme example, but it's worth considering anyway. The less control your business has over the day-to-day processes that make it run, the more likely that difficult legal issues can arise. We've talked about the pros and cons of dropshipping. Let's say you definitely want to go ahead and make a business based on the model. Good for you. Now what do you sell? Because you'll likely be selling items directly from factories or warehouses in foreign countries, some items are better candidates for dropshipping than others. For example, consumer electronics tend to dropship well. That's stuff like fitness trackers, Bluetooth speakers, and smartwatches. Small items such as resistance bands, printed socks, artificial flowers, tote bags, sunglasses, and more, those tend to dropship well too. For more inspiration, you can check out Oberlo and Cloudways. These are two really good resources for finding out what to dropship. No matter what you do though, the common thread here is that the best items to dropship are usually small and high in value. This minimizes shipping costs while maximizing profit margin. In short, the last things on earth you would want to dropship would be a 3-seater couch or a single pack of chewing gum. Starting a dropshipping business involves 7 major steps, most of which are not appreciably different from setting up a business with a different shipping model. Number 1, figure out what to sell. We spent the whole previous section talking about this at length, but it bears repeating. Figuring out what to sell is vital. Naturally, items need to be a good fit for the dropshipping model. However, from a broader business perspective, you need to come up with a target market and find your business's niche. Then do some competitive analysis and figure out what you can do differently and better. Number 2, find the perfect supplier. The most important relationships you can have in dropshipping are with your suppliers. You have to find good ones. The right suppliers will differ heavily based on what precisely you choose to sell. Make sure you vet them thoroughly. They are how customers will see your business. Number 3, test the market on a small scale. So start by creating simple storefronts with a few item listings. Take out a few ads on Facebook or Google Ads and see what happens. See if you can sell 5 out of 10 items. If you can do that and make a profit, scale up from there. Number 4, formally set up your business. While this differs from state to state and country to country, you will eventually need to go through the formal process of creating a business. Usually, this involves clearing a certain revenue threshold at which you are liable for paying taxes. In short, if you're making a few $100s, you probably don't need a formal business license. If you're making a few thousand, you probably do. Again, this differs state by state and country by country, so make sure you do your independent research on this. Number 5, start marketing your business. Once your online store is set up, you need to drive traffic to it. Some of the best ways you can do this include social media, email marketing, and pay-per-click campaigns through sites like Facebook and Google Ads. Number 6, nail down your reverse logistics processes. Your supplier will be handling most of the logistics because they are shipping directly to your customer. However, if your customers are not happy with the product, you need to have a way for them to return the product. Figure out how you're going to handle returns, refunds, and replacements. Number 7, perfect your customer service. As we mentioned earlier, customer service is notoriously tricky in the dropshipping business, but it's necessary. Figure out how you will provide customer service. Will you answer phone calls and emails? What about social media? The right answer will depend on you and your unique business needs. Dropshipping is nothing more than a new way to manage the supply chain for your business. It can be great for first-time entrepreneurs looking to get a foothold in the business world, but it's not without its frustrations. It's by no means a perfect business model. By understanding how dropshipping works, you can see simple applications that can be used for any business. You may embrace the model entirely, use it for small market validation projects, or simply see it as an inspiration to streamline your supply chain. No matter what, though, it's not going anywhere. If after all this you decide that dropshipping isn't right for you, don't worry. There are whole companies dedicated to helping businesses ship to their customers, and Fulfillrite is one of them. We'd be happy to chat with you about your unique business needs. Request a quote today by clicking on the link in the description and filling out the form. Thank you for watching this video. We really appreciate it. It takes a lot of time to put these together, so if you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, and ring the bell. That way you see our videos when they first drop. And lastly, let us know in the comments below, what do you think of dropshipping as a business model? Would you use it personally? We'd love to hear what you have to say. Until next time.